Hello, welcome you all. This lecture is about turn off characteristics, that is dynamic characteristics of the thyristor during off of the device. Okay, so in this situation device will be off, and if you are looking for dynamic characteristics of the thyristor, that is nothing but turn off characteristics. Okay, so how the device will be in off state. This is happens if we apply a sudden reverse voltage across the device, which sweeps all the majority charge carriers from outer p and n layers, and current flows in the reverse direction. Okay, so if you look into the device, okay, so this is a thyristor device, and as you can see, outer p layer and n layer. Okay, outer p layers and n layers. If these things, a reverse voltage is been applied, like there is an anode and there is a cathode here. These are the p plus and n plus regions, outer p layer and outer n layer. Okay, so reverse voltage across this nothing but a negative voltage will be applied this side, this is anode side, and a positive supply will be applied to the cathode. So sudden apply of reverse voltage across this terminal, what will happen, your device will turn to off state, as because your junction J3 and junction J1, both of them will be in reverse bias, and J2 which will be forward biased. Okay, so these things we have discussed already. Okay, so coming back to this turn off characteristics. So turn off characteristics is nothing but it is the sum of reverse recovery time and the recombination time. Okay, so while discussing power diodes, we saw this term reverse recovery time. Okay, so what is this reverse recovery time? Reverse recovery time uh, is nothing but is the time period required, it is the time period required by the device to attain fully conduction mode, okay, to non-conduction state. That is a device which is there in the on state, that is fully conduction state. Okay, that is the three modes: full conduction mode, okay, from full conduction mode to non-conducting state. Okay, if that transition time is TRR. Okay, so why these things has to be there, that is reverse recovery time has to be there. This is because when the device goes from forward biased to the reverse biased. Okay, so as I said, forward bias to reverse bias means your anode will be having negative voltage supply and your cathode will be having positive supply. So accordingly your junction 1, junction 3 will be reverse biased, and J2 which will be there in the forward biased. Okay, sorry, this is junction 2 which will be there in the forward biased. Okay, so you can see there is a characteristics curve here. This is the voltage and this is the anode current. It's nothing but it's a VA and voltage, and this is the anode current IA. Okay, and your T on time, that is T on time, T off time is nothing but a sum of TRR plus TRC. So what is this TRR? TRR is the reverse recovery time. Okay, so reverse recovery time ऐसा simple words में आपको understand करना है तो the device which is there in the conduction mode, उसको हम off state में आ जाता है, because of the reverse biased वो device off हो जाता है. So the time required is TRR. Okay, so you can see there is a change in the current as well as anode voltage. Okay, so here there is a reverse voltage. Okay, reverse voltage will be there, because small blocking reverse block forward blocking voltage will be there, that is the reverse forward blocking current will be there, that will be a reverse voltage will be there. Then at some point it will transit here, during which your anode current will be high because it is coming from the conduction mode, that is on state, high current will be there. So here also you can have a large voltage before this also. Then उसके बाद there is a small, again there is a slump in the anode current. As it goes to off state, the anode current will reach beyond the stable condition, that is zero state. So it will reach some value and then again it come back to attain the stable value. Okay, so this time required is known as TRR, reverse recovery time. So usually this reverse recovery time has to be very less for a good switch. Okay, that is switching device, whatever the device that we have, power diodes or thyristors or power transistors, they should have a very small TRR. Okay, that is reverse recovery time. Okay, next there is one more term, that is recombination time. So recombination time, as the definition says here, is the amount of time taken by the free charge carriers of forward biased J2 junction to recombine. Okay, so during reverse voltage across the device, that is negative anode and positive cathode. Okay, so we have to understand here, one more time I will go through these things. Like, as you can see here, your device is off, उसके हिसाब से आपका junction 1 and junction 3 will be reverse biased, but your J2 which will be there in the forward biased. So when it is there in the forward biased, उसका free charge carriers has to be changing. Okay, so they have to recombine. Okay, so the amount of time taken by these free charge carriers of forward biased junction J2 to recombine during the reverse voltage across the device, so that they call it as recombination time. So as you can see here, even after attaining the stability, there is some anode voltage, reverse anode voltage, because of the reverse current across the device. Okay, reverse anode voltage across the, because the reverse current across the device. Okay, so the amount of time is TRC here, that you can see. Okay, so total T off time will be from TRR and TRC, that's a combined thing. Okay, so whatever the amount, actually it should be ideal 0, but even there is a small value of current is flowing, that is reverse leakage current will be flowing, so that also it is been indicated here. Okay, and then it reaches the some point wherein it anode voltage will be 0. Okay, so beyond this there will be a forward voltage. Okay, there will be a forward voltage. So thus what it says here, your turn off time is the minimum value of time interval, the instant when on state current has decreased to 0, and instant when thyristor can withstand forward voltage. Okay, forward voltage without turning on the device itself. Okay, so you have to understand this point here, what it says, your turn off time is the amount of time interval. Okay, amount of time interval when a device from on state is decreased to 0 to the thyristor which can withstand the device itself. Okay, turning on of the device itself. Okay, so what will happen, what they are telling here is, after this, okay, after this, at the end of this time, what will happen? Your device will be on without any gate supply. Okay, after this point your device will be on. if you change the polarity also, again if the device becomes forward biased, that is anode will be connected to positive and cathode will be connected to negative. After this, okay, after this, that time there is no gate current required to turn on the thyristor. That's what these characteristics tell you. Okay, so just we'll discuss few more points related to this. Okay, so this t of time is depends on two factors. One is a peak value of on state current. Okay, so as you can see here in the graph, as you can see in this graph, a peak value of the current whatever it was there in the on state, so उसका हिसाब से भी ये depend होता है, because it will take large time to recover. Okay, TRR will be large if large anode current is there, so it will fluctuate more here. The TRR time, that settling time will be more for this. Okay, and the second one is it also depends on the junction temperature. So which junction temperature usually, because it's about the recombination of the junction J2, the free carrier, that is free charge carriers of the forward bias junction J2. So this temperature is also depends on these things. Okay, so you can say a t of time is depends on two factors. One is a peak value of on state current. Okay, so peak value of on state current, and the second one is junction temperature. Okay, so here again I have mentioned this point here. So at the end of this time, so at the end of the forward settling time, at the end of this time, okay, so depletion layer will be developed across the junction J2. Okay, so depletion layer form हो जाएगा, and therefore a thyristor will conduct for forward voltage. That is, even after this depletion layer generated across the J2, if we change the polarity again, that is your anode will be positive here. If forward voltage is applied, that is nothing but your anode is positive and your cathode is negative. So at this point the device will turn on without gate signal, that is Ig can be 0 here. Okay, then so there is few more points related to this. Depending on the physical construct and the dynamic characteristics, thyristors are divided into two types. One is phase controlled thyristor, the second one is fast switching thyristors. So as the names only here you can say, so it operates on the line frequency because it controlled in the phase. Okay, so line frequency, that is nothing but turning off of the thyristor will be natural way. So whatever the point that we have discussed now, this can be a phase controlled thyristors, saying a reverse biasing will be applied across the device, that is anode to नेगेटिव एंड कैथोड को पॉजिटिव करने के बाद जो थायरिस्टर का कंस्ट्रक्ट होता है, दैट वी कॉल इट एज फेस कंट्रोल्ड थायरिस्टर्स. ओके, सो देयर इज वन मोर थिंग, अदर थिंग, दैट इज फास्ट स्विचिंग थायरिस्टर्स. So fast switching thyristors, as their switching capability is high, so they will be used in high frequency switching applications. Okay, and they are also called as inverter grade thyristors because their switching time is usually 3 to 5 microseconds. Okay, that is t of time. Okay, and how this switching will be, that is fast switching will be achievable for these thyristors, because they will have by reducing the carrier lifetime in the layer N1. Okay, so layer N1, that is the gate part. Okay, so there the carriers will be reduced. Okay, So by doing this, that is lifetime of the carrier will be reduced there. So by doing this they can achieve fast switching. Okay, so typical applications of the thyristors are mentioned here. Many of the things are there, just few points I have mentioned here. So usually they will be used in DC AC drives, which will be a DC AC converters. Okay, which actuate something, they are the drives. And then high voltage converters. Okay, same thing, wherever because of these high voltage and current rating capabilities, they can be used for high voltage converters. Static VAR compensations, okay, compensation systems, and welding control systems. So these could be some of the applications of the thyristors. Thank you.